Guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm doing something a little bit different. Been asked quite a lot of times about my kayak setup, and finally I think I'm at the stage where I'm pretty happy with how it all works, so I can explain why I've done things the way I've done it. And just having it out on the stand today, I've had 5 people in the last week sort of ask me about my active target setup and how it's all hooked up. So I've just been going through that. So I might put that at the end of the video. If anyone's sort of looking at how to put their active target setup together, I will do that. So otherwise I'll go from front to back and show you how it all works. Right guys, so this is how I have the front of my kayak set up. So I'm a left-handed fisher, so I tend to put everything on the right hand side that is for landing or for electronics. So I've got my net on the right hand side, so if I'm firing the fish in my left hand, got the net, got the electronics, and also my active target transducer pole. So that way, if I'm firing the fish or casting, I've got easy access with my right hand to adjust anything I need to do there. All of my rods that I regularly use, I normally put down the left hand side, and top up rods on the right. So normally carry anywhere between 4 and 6 rods. I find works really well. With the Hobie, it's got really nice storage options, so keeps everything nice and clean and out of the way. Yeah, so that's what I normally do. If I'm running and gunning, normally I'll actually just have these sitting up more so on top. So I'll just sort of lay them across like that there, so easy to swap through different lures. So I might have a few different lures rigged up, and I can just quickly go through the different lures and see which one they're taking. So that works quite well for me. Alright, so at the very front I have my main tub, so I don't really store too much in here. It's mainly just bits and pieces that I need to get every now and then, so just leaders, mag mat if I ever catch big fish, but normally I put gear in here. So I've also got which is really handy, is a lure retriever if you get snagged, so save you a few dollars that way. So I'll give you a good look. So it's quite a nice bucket, which I can also fit in with how I've got my active target transducer set up. So I can do a better view of that, how that's mounted in there as well. So that's how that's set up. Alright guys, so this is how I have the middle set up. So in the middle I have a gear bucket, which I find works really well. So normally in there I might have I've got some gloves in there at the moment, a scale, sunscreen, and also any lures that I'm planning to use that day that I know. So in here I'll have the lures that I think I might use for the day, so having those really handy, so they'll either go in here, or also I've got a little gear bucket on the side for easy access. I'll potentially have those in there. Under the seat, oops, down. Oh, also in there is where I have my batteries. So I have my batteries up underneath my seat for easy access if anything goes wrong, which doesn't happen too often, but it's good to have them easy access. So also under the seat I'll have extra lures that I might throw. So plastics and also lure boxes in there. And then on the side here, I'm not sure if you can see, I've got my pliers, which either go on the side there or in the gear bucket, and also scissors if I need those. So they're just in there. Alright guys, so this is my Hobie XL Livewell. So I generally use this if I'm targeting species that I might want to keep fresh. So sometimes redfin, even golden perch and brim. So especially if they're schooling up, I might just put a couple in here just to not spook the school while I fish it, and then release them. So I actually find a lot of the fish that I put in here, they actually take off a lot stronger than what I'd find if I was just to release them straight away. So sometimes I feel if it has been a pretty intense fight, I'll just stick them in the Livewell a little bit just to see how they're going, get them all freshened up and then release them. So sometimes it can be a good way just to rejuvenate the fish before releasing. So that's what I've got there. I might actually get another view in here. I've got a way to prime these Livewells. They can be a bit of a tricky one to prime, so usually you have to be pedaling forward to get the water to come into the Livewell, but I've actually got like a little hand pump in there just to get it primed without actually having to move. So I might get another view in there just to show how that goes in there. Also, if I'm fishing for bigger species like cod, I'll swap this one over to something like a crate. So I've got a little Hobie crate there for extra storage that I'll swap over if basically if the fish aren't going to fit in the live well. So that's what I've got set up there. So I'll keep on moving along to the back now. Alright guys, so at the back of the kayak I have my micro power pole, so that'll just allow me to anchor in shallow water. I don't use it a hell of a lot, to be honest, but it is very handy. On some days it's definitely worth the price of it. So all it is a massive big pole which goes in the top here and just drives into the bottom to anchor you down. So that's my micro power pole setup. Alright guys, so that basically concludes my kayak setup video. So it's just started raining, so hopefully the audio is not too bad. And hopefully you found something useful in this video. So whether you're just getting into kayak fishing or you do quite a lot and just want to have a look at some different setups, hopefully you found something helpful in this video. Yeah, as I've said, I guess through the video, I find being a left-handed fisher, I find it really good having everything on the right-hand side. So if I'm casting out the right-hand side of the kayak, which is my preferred, I have everything coming over the fish finder. So what I can do is, change the transducer angle if I need to, and also keep a good eye on if anything's following on the fish finder. So hopefully you found that helpful. Thanks for everyone that's sort of watched and subscribed over the last, I guess, couple of years. Just been taking it sort of steady. Hopefully I've got some more good videos coming. And from here, I'll just go on to the active target install for anyone that's sort of wanting to get more so the details on how I've done that. And yeah, tight lines, hope you catch a few big ones. Alright, so I have my active target black box just mounted in the front here on the main stern pole. So what I've done is I've just used a bit of marine ply in there, and I've just clipped it to the main stern pole. So I've just got some clips which I've just screwed to the back of the marine ply, and then that just goes on and clips on there nice and snug. Just use a little bit of pool noodle just to cushion the underside there, and I find that works quite well. Gives me still enough room to be able to put the tub in the front and use that as storage. Okay, so what I've done with my active target transducer, I've brought the cable up through the through hole just behind the seat. So I have both of my cables coming through there, so my main transducer and my active target. So that comes up through there. And then I just have a bit of lead which goes to my transducer pole. So I'll show you with the mounting system. So I've just got a large ram ball with a ram arm and then a ram clamp here onto some PVC piping, and then I think this is actually the arm itself. Yeah, the arm itself is actually just a painter's pole, I'm pretty sure. So what I've done is you can actually pull this out and lift the arm up if you like, but I never really stand and fish with it. But that is also another little feature that I can do with this particular setup. I know there's brands, I guess if you're in Australia, I think GFab do quite a nice one, which I guess if it was around when I actually got my active target, I would have definitely looked at it. But now that I've got this set up, I'm finding it works pretty well. And also pretty easy to fold away and store when I'm traveling. So that's how I have my transducer pole.